Monday.com, you've probably heard of it, but have you heard of Monday.com Sales CRM? It's the sales CRM experience of Monday.com, and what it wants to do is help to keep you and your team organized with your pipelines for a variety of situations. It's a refined version of Monday.com, and we're going to be overviewing it in this video to see whether it's right for you and your team and whether it's worth it. Now, if you're viewing this video and watching it, you can also explore Monday.com Sales CRM up here, or up here, I can't remember which corner it's going to be in, but it will be just down in the description below if you're interested in exploring it while we're just exploring this video. And very simply, this sales CRM is a little bit of a splitting of Monday.com. A few years ago, what they did is they took their traditional project management software and broke it into several different parts. Now, the most commonly known ones are, as you can see in this left-hand corner, are work management for Monday.com, which is the traditional project management experience. Then you've got sales CRM, which is what we're going to be exploring. And then finally, you've got Monday Dev, which is a developers focused experience for product and development. Now, it's sort of like, let's just take an example. I don't know, the GT cars. Like, you know, there's obviously a GT line of every car that you create, like a Fiat Abarth, for example. It's sort of like the Fiat Abarth for your project management. It's sort of taking something you already know, but adding more components, making it faster, better, and more suitable for the job. So let's get strapped in for this Fiat Abarth. Let's get strapped in and review Sales CRM. So here we are with Sales CRM, and I think the first thing we have to talk about is the pricing, because this probably dictates whether it's right for you or not. Now, if you press Sales CRM pricing, you get an overview of the pricing. This is obviously the UK pricing. Just a little bit of a disclaimer, they actually limit you to 3 seats for your team. So you need more than 3 people at least for your Monday.com Sales CRM account. Now, you can see that there's 4 versions of Monday.com Sales CRM. There's Basic, Standard, Pro, Enterprise. And the most common apparently is Standard and includes a few features. But in this case, the basic version does give you access to customizable pipelines, unlimited contacts, boards, the iOS and Android applications, and unlimited free viewers, which is read-only, which is great for clients or maybe sharing it with external sales partners that you work with just to see the process. You can also access the templates and create one board dashboard. So that's really good for getting started, but for an additional £4 in the UK per seat per month, then you can get access to a few additional abilities, including CRM automations, integrations, additional account information in terms of adding more deals management, and two-way integration with Gmail and Outlook, which we'll show you today. And there's also I'm currently on this version of the trial for the Pro, which adds the ability to do sales forecasting, email tracking, mass emails, Google Calendar sync, sales analytics, customizable email signatures, and a few more abilities with CRM integrations and automations with more limits. So that's an idea of the pricing. Now, in terms of its offering compared to other ones, I'm not actually going to comment on that in this video because obviously there are other sort of pricing, they're constantly changing. So we can't always say where it places in the market, but these sort of CRMs are typically around $10 to $17 per seat at their standard pricing. That's what we typically find as the going rate. So here is what you get when you land in Monday.com Sales CRM. So you can start here with the template center, and this is obviously accessible from any account. And this is great for fine-tuning your account when you get started, because, for example, you may be working in real estate in terms of trying to secure properties and trying to sell properties. So this one might be more suitable for you, because what it does is it designs more of a template around the mapping system, which is more suitable for those who are obviously out and about trying to sell those properties. And you can also connect agents with it as well, which might be helpful. There's a bunch of integrations that people typically work well with for their real estate CRM, but you can go down here and see freelancing and all of the sort of love that comes along with that. Now, one thing I'd say about Sales CRM is it's sort of like an offshoot of Monday.com. So what it does is it feels more like a project management software plus CRM than it does a fully fledged CRM, if you know what I mean. If you've used use Monday, you'll know that that experience is more of a project experience, and you can feel that across the account. That's why it's sort of nice, because you can use it with campaign planning and things like that, and there's a layer of that project management that can come in handy. So let's get into what it actually looks like. On this left hand side, you can view all of your contacts at one time, and as you can see, it's very similar. As I said, it's a board like view, or this is a table like view, and you can change your view at any given time. So you can see cards over here, which give you an indication that you can naturally choose to switch on and switch off in terms of what you want to see in terms of properties, and you can switch back if you want. You can also go over here and add a few different views. For example, you could add a calendar view if there's a certain upcoming meetings you want to tally all your contacts into. Maybe you're very calendar based as somebody that you're working with. You could be a yoga instructor and have multiple clients across multiple yoga instructors that you operate with, and naturally a calendar might allow you to see all of the future sessions with all of the leads that you've got connected. Or you could go with a traditional Kanban view as well, and this is particularly helpful for seeing the progress as you go through your pipeline. For example, you can move a customer to a partner or a vendor, etc., and give them some correlation as well. Now obviously over here you can change things like the type and the priority. You can also choose what appears inside of the preview of the image content. So here you can start to put some of those details so that you're not constantly having to go into the file. But if you click in, this is almost like a whole new world in terms of what information you get access to. So in this case, we've got someone called Alex Green, and what you're able to see here is all of the different activities correlated to this person. Now, for example, if I were to add an activity, I could add a meeting, a call summary, or note. Now, these can be connected with other integrations and services as well. They do have their own email service in here, locked under the pro accounts, but there are additional custom abilities. For example, in this case, you could say log session, and you could have an activity saved there, and you could use this little sort of structure here to log any notes that are correlated to it, and that will now appear in this side of activities. So one thing you could do is log a meeting or a call and just say, you could change the time that the meeting happened. You could even connect it with Google Calendar as well. And you can just say here, good call, progressing well, or like concerns were X, Y, and Z. And you can press add. You can attach anything here and also bring in some of the templates. You can obviously make some new templates from this draft, but it might be like how you want to structure a typical meeting that you work with, or a call summary that you work with. And the same goes with columns as well. You could bring in some columns and auto populate the fields with it. And you can also mention people as well. But I'm just going to press add to give you an idea of everything that comes in to the system, this timeline view, which is really, really nice. Now, over on this right-hand side, you can see everything in terms of what accounts are connected, what deal this is part of, and some of the information about that person. And as you scroll, there is additional abilities with the company and some of the details. And obviously this is totally modifiable, if that's a word. You can also add widgets to this so that you can get more insights and information. So some people might like, for example, the ability to see deal stages, and bring that in and be able to move that up into a certain position, like at the top, to see Madison is now a partner and it took X, Y, and Z places to get there. And you can also reopen it. Now, once I've done editing, I can press done editing and it goes back to the view, but this will apply for all of the different contact pages that you have, which is very, very helpful to see. You can also see updates where team members can leave messages for you. So for example, in this case, I could say, everyone on this board, good progress in securing Alex. In this case, obviously Alex Green, there you go, an item, update. And then they can go, oh, okay, update. And they can see Alex Green and go straight into the area that we were just in. So sort of reloading it. And up here, you can naturally add in anything you want, but obviously these are some documents that you could create. For example, if you were wanting to create an invoice for somebody, this is something you can do inside of it's almost like a form to some extent, where you can fill this information out and be able to edit it and view so that you can see what the bill looks like, download it, and then even set up integrations as well. But obviously this comes with some Monday.com branding. You can see here, powered by Monday.com. So you might want to look at the pricing plans to where that's removed. But largely you've got a nice little bit of an overview page for this contact. And here I can see all of the different information points of this customer, and I can even do things like hide certain folders as well. Like here's the columns. I could, for example, go, okay, I want to see only these 3 columns, and you can start to do it. Very similar to the Monday.com work management system in terms of its setup. Now, there are automations up here, and these can be anything from like small things you could do. So for example, when anyone in that contact list, it goes into a certain stage of the project, you can send a message out to somebody, and you can connect it with things like Slack. So this is perfect for keeping other people updated. For example, if you deal with securing the lead and the other person deals with managing that lead once it's secured, when it's at that stage and you've just updated it, then that person will get a nudge saying they are your responsibility now, and you can go in and continue the progress. So you can connect up Slack, whatever you find suitable, or other such operating systems, and set up integrations. Now, the integration abilities are here. It's quite extensive in terms of what they offer. You can even set up things like Jira, Zendesk, Stripe, and more. There's a fair few of them to get you going. Now, we've shown you the contacts area and how you can utilize some of the different range of views. You can also go ahead at one final thing and add a new contact like this. Quite nice in terms of getting you started. But here are the deals that those people are part of. So for example, deal number 1, as you can see, if I open it, this deal is worth 70,000. And obviously there's not just one person associated with this. Well, you can add more. You can bring together more contacts. And you can see here that I could connect up Phoenix and Alex at the same time as part of the same one. And I can start moving through the different stages of the deal. For example, I can move to proposal stage and know that the probabilities and things like that are always updated from team members, and the forecasted values as well. Now, this data is in particularly helpful for when you come to the sales dashboard. The sales dashboard is like a pool of all of the information that you have in your Monday.com sales CRM account. So for example, here's a good example with this one. You've got actual revenue by monthly deals that have been won, and you can go in here and see all of the different variables that make as part of it. So you can only go on closed won and what the boards they are part of, as well as other settings. And this will populate itself, showcasing a really nice graph in which you can change what view and what, obviously some information won't show because it's not suitable for certain information, but you can start to see how this can be really powerful. Now, you can even make it smaller. I think I broke that one. I think I broke the demonstration set. So obviously that's something that I've done wrong there. Okay, so you can start to see that this is almost just like a pool of that information, and you can see, for example, what the funnel process is, the typical conversion rate for everyone, and then you can start to get an establishment of even information about what this is, because you can add a text widget here, and the widgets are quite helpful. You can add some ones like battery numbers, charts, Gantt of the progress that is being made, and files as well as more widgets that are part of the Monday.com setup. So you could even have things that are like a map that shows all of the highlighted closed wins, for example, for the likes of real estate. Now, you can also see leads as well, and these are people that are brought into the system. Now, Monday.com Sales CRM does have a function called form, and this is a form because what it does is allows you to utilize another separate part of the Sales CRM. And you can see here that here it is. I can go and customize it and bring it in. But what's nice about it is I can basically connect it up with all of the attributes as part of the existing account. For example, here, this will connect with the name inside of the lead here, the name. And you can start to see the status as well, which will connect to the status, and so on and so forth. So for example, you can begin to start connecting information up and bring it into the required location. So this is really customizable in terms of how you want to set it up. There's imagery, there's, you can really modify it to what works best with your company branding as well, and how it flows from start to finish. And this is what it looks like for the customer. So they may, add information such as like Francesco D'Alessio, and I want to say toolfinder, and then submit. Now it probably, you can even set up ones where it's like here, you can go required so that doesn't happen. It doesn't get half a baked bit of information, but you can see I've landed into the system as a new lead, and you can start to see the information around it. So that will get you an idea of what the lead process is like and how you can use that. So the form's really integratable, but the problem is you need to go out to work forms to access it, which isn't a problem. It's just an additional, feels a little bit separated. Maybe some of the other ones, the sales CRMs I've used, more to do with having that as part of the experience. Now, you can use accounts as well, which are like just a zoomed out version of the entire people that are part of a business. So you can see Bindia Inc. and all of those updates. Client projects is pretty interesting because it's sort of like work management and sales CRM. You can open it up and you can see the updates that the team are working on. But this will give you an idea of the progress that the total project itself is progressing. You can even add things like sub-tasks as well. And if you click in Gantt view, you can see the typical project that is associated. And this is something that's actually come more recently to Pipedrive CRM, because what they're trying to do is that zoom out approach. Instead of you having to use a project management system on top of a sales CRM or a CRM system for tracking everything in one place. So if you go to activities, you can just see all the different activities. Like for example, Phoenix Levy, I had a meeting with, and it'll give you an indication of how that was updated and the things that were correlated in there. And I want to show you the abilities with email. Now, for example, I go back to that Phoenix, I've connected my Gmail account, and what I can do is press on the email and I can send an email like I was in Gmail and track it. And that's very helpful because I can use templates, for example, or I can even use my own HTML setups for mass emails. And how that works is if I select 2 people and press mass email, then what you can do is bring in a template from a HTML setup, and I can say, hello, you two. You know, as an example, and I could send a test email if I want to, which is nice. And I could attach things, I could message format it and things like that. Then if I go to mass email tracking up in the top left-hand corner, you can see there, it's sending it. This failed because obviously these emails are fake because they're dummy account emails. So I'm not going to be sending emails to email.com, you know, but you can get an idea for how it works because you can see the recipient, what's been delivered, what's been opened. And that's really helpful for getting an idea of the whole progress. So you can see like the whole system here, which is really nice. Now I've used other ones like Pipedrive Sales CRM, and they have, I would say, slightly better sales inbox because what you can do is connect it up with a chatbot functionality that you can plug into your website and be able to bring in emails from there. But you can also do things. I was on with one called Folk CRM the other day, and they had one where you could send a string of stuff. I believe you can, but I'm not sure whether you can do it for the beta version of mass email. This is only available for those pro and enterprise accounts. I actually don't know whether you can do it in terms of like a string of emails, which is probably something they're working on, but you can begin to bring stuff up for individuals as well, which is very helpful. And you can set up some integrations as well with some custom recipes too. So other things to check out is up here, you've got a My Work area, which is anything that you've been assigned across the week, which gives you a bit more clarity. You can customize this as well. You can change what it looks like, give yourself a little bit of a homey feel. You can go into settings, change your email signature and email branding and make sure that's switched off if you don't find it suitable. And up here you can see any notifications that have come your way that somebody may have sent you. So that was Monday.com Sales CRM. It's a very interesting one, and I would probably recommend it for people who are looking for a sales CRM setup because this is quite approachable, which I like, but it's not as traditional because what it does is it roots itself in project management. So I would say if you're looking for a CRM, but you also want to manage your projects around it at the same time, then this is better for you. There are other CRM tools which I feel do a much more focused job on the CRM structure, like Salesforce, like Folk that I reviewed the other day. They focus on that experience, but I feel like this is more inclusive, which could be better for you. It might not be suitable for you, but at the same time, it gives you that level of layers that you might want in your setup. There's also a bunch of marketplace setups and integrations, which I didn't really cover as much of, but allow you to connect up the existing processes you have and workflows in your business to make things life a lot easier in terms of what leads you're bringing in and time saving naturally. So hopefully this was a good overview. If you're interested in, you can find it below, or you can check out all of the sales CRMs that we have on Toolfinder if you're interested. So thank you very much, folks. I look forward to helping you find more productivity tools, project management tools, CRM tools, and lots more. And I'll see you in a future video, I'm sure. Cheerio, folks. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, you can check out another video here on YouTube diving into productivity tools. But if you did want to, you can jump over to Toolfinder to discover any productivity tools, which will be linked here as well. We have a resource of over 250 productivity tools and growing, and naturally there are reviews, insights, and much more. So do check it out below, but thank you very much for watching this video.